Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about Coinbase Earn. You can earn up to $76 just by learning and earning. Watch some short video clips and answer a couple of simple selection questions. So I will leave you the link down below so you can sign up to Coinbase and go to Coinbase Earn. And if you have, I will leave you the link down below so you can start your tasks. So let's do it. Let's sign into your Coinbase account first. So after you sign in with your email and your password, answer the second step verification. It will take you to your Coinbase dashboard. You will have to scroll down like in the middle of the page and you will see Coinbase Earn, or see the task that says earn some whatever token it shows you. So you hit that, or instead you can go to your browser and look for Coinbase Earn. Then it will take you to the landing page of Coinbase Earn, where you will see all the tokens that they have right now. So the ones that they have right now are Lumen, zcash, BAT, and 0x. So you will see all the coins here, and on every coin you will see at the bottom a link that says join the waitlist. So you will have to hit it on every coin, and then you will have to wait like a couple of days, and they will send you the link to start that task. Like I waited a couple of days, and there you see I have 2 coins, Stellar and BAT, that are open for me. Zcash and 0x are still on the waiting list. 0x, it doesn't show, but when you click it, you will see join the waitlist, and then you hit it again. So there you will have to wait a couple of days so they open that for you. So let's jump into the task of Stellar Lumen. You will have to go to Stellar and then click on the first video. You have to hit play, watch the entire video, and at the end they will ask you some questions about the videos.
Today's global financial infrastructure has a big communication problem. There are a lot of different currencies and a lot of different payment systems. Each one speaks a different language, so they have a hard time understanding each other, which makes moving money slow and expensive, and a lot gets lost in translation. Stellar's vision is to unite the world's financial infrastructure so money can flow quickly and cheaply between banks, businesses, and people. The internet connected the world's computers so information could be shared globally. Stellar is doing the same for money. To accomplish this vision and ensure integrity and neutrality, Stellar is not a bank or a business. Instead, it's a decentralized open network supported by a nonprofit foundation that handles every currency and speaks to every payment system in its native language. That means businesses can move money globally in seconds, no matter what bank they use back home. And people all over the world can use Stellar to send money to family overseas, to convert one currency to another, or to make payments that are too small to cover fees traditionally charged by today's institutions. In the future, Stellar hopes that you won't have to use traditional infrastructure to get your money where you want it to go. Instead, you'll just use Stellar.
At the end, when you watch the entire video, it will show you the first question, that is, what is Stellar? So the answer that I chose was is a decentralized protocol that unites the world's financial infrastructure. So let's see how we did. Yay! We just earned $2 of XLM. Let's continue to the next question.
Stellar is a platform that connects banks, payment systems, and people so they can easily move money anywhere in the world. To help make this possible, Stellar has created a cryptocurrency, the Lumen. The Lumen is the native asset of the Stellar network. It serves as a kind of universal translator between each currency. Here's how. Imagine a business in the United States needs to pay a supplier in China. They've got US dollars in their bank account in Kansas City, but they need the payment to show up as Chinese yuan in the supplier's account in Guangzhou. What can they do? They could send money the traditional way via international wire transfer. But that's slow. International wires take several days to clear. Complicated. In many cases, funds move through multiple intermediary banks before reaching their destination. And expensive. Each intermediary takes a percentage of the transaction in fees. As money moves around the world, the fees pile up, and the business in Kansas City loses more and more of its hard-earned cash to unnecessary middlemen, as does the supplier in China. By comparison, what if the business used Stellar? Stellar has a decentralized exchange built right into the protocol. It can route a payment in US dollars through its order books, so it comes out on the other end as Chinese yuan automatically. If there's no good offer to exchange dollars for yuan, lumens act as an intermediary. Stellar simply converts dollars into lumens, and then converts lumens into yuan, all in under 5 seconds, and for a fee of 1/10,000th of a cent. In addition to serving as a universal currency translator, lumens also protect the integrity of the network by preventing spam. Transaction fees are paid in lumens, and every Stellar account has a minimum balance, too. The transaction fees and minimum balance are low enough that legitimate users don't really notice them, but high enough to disincentivize spammers. Lumens are a critical component of the Stellar protocol. They allow it to be efficient, scalable, and they serve as a universal translator for assets. So you can move funds cheaply, but not too cheaply, with the transparency and security only a decentralized blockchain can provide. That's a big step forward for financial infrastructure, all thanks to Stellar.
So on this next question, they are asking, what are Stellar Lumen used for? And the answer that I choose, they are for facilitating low-cost universal payments. So let's see how we did. Yay! We just earned $2 of XLM, that is Stellar Lumen. So let's hit next to see the next video and keep earning some money.
This is Maria. She lives in the United States. And this is Maria's mom, Paulina. She lives in the Philippines. Today, Maria wants to send her mom $20. This is called a remittance. Remittances are money sent to support a family member in another country. And they're a very big deal. The World Bank estimates that global remittances are over $600 billion every year. Unfortunately for Maria, sending a remittance is pretty expensive. Her bank in the US has no connection to her mom's bank in the Philippines, so she has to use a money transfer service, which means paying a lot of fees. One popular American service charges a 3% conversion fee, and the transfer takes 3 to 4 days. The same service also offers to do the transfer faster, but for an additional fee of $9.99. If Maria used this service to send $20, it would mean half the amount would be spent on fees. That's a huge percentage. And Maria and Paulina are not alone. The average fee globally for remittances is 7.1% of the transaction. And there are millions of people who pay these fees every day. But what if Maria used Stellar? Stellar is a decentralized platform that unites banks, payment systems, and people so they can easily move money anywhere in the world. If Maria used Stellar to send her $20 to Paulina, the Stellar network would convert her US dollars to Philippine pesos in less than 5 seconds. So Paulina would receive $20 worth of her local currency, not $20 minus fees. Stellar makes this possible by connecting financial institutions to the Stellar network, which has a built-in order book that exchanges assets. So Maria could send US dollars or any other currency to her mom, and it's converted automatically to Philippine pesos. That's the vision of Stellar.
So on this next question, they are asking, why is Stellar good for sending remittances? Let's see. The answer that I choose is that transactions are fast, inexpensive, and global. So let's see how we did. Yay! We just earned $2 extra for XLM, Lumen, Stellar. Let's go and hit the next button.
Stellar is a platform that aims to connect banks, businesses, and people far more efficiently than today's financial infrastructure. Let's take a bank, a business, and a person and show you how this works. First up, the bank. This is Main Street Bank. To use the Stellar network, Main Street Bank sets up a Stellar account. Then, using Stellar's built-in tools, the bank hooks its existing infrastructure into the Stellar network. Now the bank can take its real-world assets, like dollars, euros, or pounds, and turn them into Stellar tokens. And their customers can deposit a US dollar in Main Street Bank and get a US dollar token in return. All Stellar tokens are exchangeable, and since exchanges happen on the Stellar network, they only take a few seconds and cost a fraction of a penny. Anyone can transfer, store, and trade Stellar tokens, just like Lumens, anywhere on the Stellar network. So now the bank can take a dollar, turn it into a token, transfer it around the world in 2 to 5 seconds, and convert it back to a dollar again. For banks, Stellar makes money transfers fast, simple, and inexpensive. Next up, the business. Let's call it ABC Technologies. ABC makes an app. They want to make it possible for the app's users to buy and sell in-game items with each other using a single currency. To do that, they use Stellar to create a new token called the ABC token. The ABC token is, in effect, a new cryptocurrency running on Stellar. It isn't backed by a real-world dollar like Main Street Banks, but other than that, it acts entirely the same. With Stellar, any business can create new tokens to reward customers and create new economies and markets related to their brands. Finally, we have people. This is Lee. She's a big fan of ABC's app, and she wants to buy a new avatar. Unfortunately, she doesn't have any ABC tokens left. So what does she do? She uses Stellar's built-in marketplace to buy some. Lee has US dollar tokens that she previously bought from Main Street Bank. She transfers those into the ABC app and instantly converts them into ABC tokens to buy her favorite avatar. And if she has some US dollar tokens left over, she can return them to Main Street Bank and get her dollars back right in her bank account. Or she can hang on to them or trade them for another token. Any asset can be turned into a token on Stellar. Traditional currencies, cryptocurrencies, real estate investments. So whether you're a bank, a business, or a person, Stellar makes it possible to quickly and efficiently issue, exchange, and transfer tokens in an entirely new way.
So on this next question, they are asking, why will banks and businesses use Stellar? Let's see. The answer that I choose was to issue, exchange, and transfer tokens quickly and efficiently. So let's see how we did. Yay! We earned $2 more of XLM, Lumen Stellar. So let's hit the next button to check out the next video.
Stellar is a platform that connects payment systems and people. It's a decentralized network, meaning no single company has the power to turn it off. Stellar's decentralized network is made up of all the independent computers that run Stellar's software. Anyone can join. Stellar's network is different from Bitcoin's in a few key ways. Computers on Bitcoin's network compete with each other to validate transactions through a process called mining. This requires expensive hardware and lots of electricity. Stellar doesn't rely on mining because when a network's miners disagree, the network can split in two. This has happened in the past with both Bitcoin and Ethereum. But because Stellar allows digital versions of real-world assets like digital yuan or digital bonds, Stellar had to devise a way to prevent the creation of duplicate versions of those assets. For example, if a dollar on Stellar were duplicated, its backing bank would suddenly owe 2 real-world dollars, one for each copy of the network. This would obviously be a problem. So Stellar uses a unique way to settle transactions developed by researchers at Stanford University. Here's how it works. Stellar relies on cooperation within the network rather than competition. Each company doing business on Stellar connects a computer to the Stellar network. It picks a few other computers it always wants to agree with, it processes the transactions they process, and keeps its list of transactions aligned with theirs. The computers the company depends on, in turn, have chosen to agree with others, and those ones agree with still other computers, and eventually the whole network is covered in an interlocking web of agreement. It's actually very similar to how the Internet's web servers work. Stellar uses this pattern to guarantee the network's safety. Every 5 seconds, the connected computers negotiate with each other according to very specific rules to finalize their agreement. They cross-check each other across the whole network, all at once. The rules of the system have been designed so that even if bad computers participate, accuracy and stability are maintained. This agreement system is called the Stellar Consensus Protocol. It allows computers running Stellar to process transactions in under 5 seconds without using a significant amount of electricity and for a very, very small transaction fee. So who runs Stellar nodes today? Global banks, developers, businesses, anyone who wants to transfer money via the Stellar network. Stellar is simple to set up, free to use, and above all, it's open to everyone. And that's a big improvement over today's international financial infrastructure.
So this question asks, how does the Stellar Consensus Protocol works? So the answer will be, the one that I choose is that it relies on the cooperation of trusted nodes to confirm transactions. Let's see how we did. So that's it. We just earned $2 of XLM Stellar Lumen. Here at the end, they are telling you that if you invite up to 4 people to join COINBASE Earn, they will give you $10 for each person that joins, and they will give them access to win some Stellar tokens. So let's go now to Basic Attention Token. Let's see the landing page. You can hit the Get Started button, and will take you to the first lesson. So hit that, and let's watch the first video.
Brave is on a mission to fix what it believes is a broken web. Ads are everywhere. They follow you from site to site to site, collecting personal information, tracking your browsing activity, cluttering up content, all the while slowing you down. The average person downloads more than 2,000 ads and trackers every day. Brave wants to change that. They believe your web browsing data shouldn't be collected without your permission, packaged into a profile, and sold to the highest bidder to be used for even more advertising. Instead, Brave believes it can make the web faster, more secure, and more private without intrusive ads. To accomplish this vision, Brave has built a new web browser for phones and computers, the Brave browser, and an Ethereum-based token called Basic Attention Token, or BAT. The Brave browser blocks ads and trackers that compromise your privacy. To help websites make up for lost revenue, Brave makes it possible to acquire BAT and give it directly to your favorite sites. Or you can enable Brave Rewards, which serves ads that don't collect or sell your data. When you opt into Brave Rewards, the sites you visit are paid in BAT. And you're rewarded too, for paying attention to the ads. It's a win for everyone, except all those third-party ad trackers, of course. Learn more at brave.com.
So let's answer the first question. They are asking, why does Brave thinks the web is broken? So I think the answer will be that there are too many ads and data trackers. Let's see how we did. So yay! We just won $1 of BAT. So let's hit the next button to watch the next video.
Brave is a free, open-source web browser with several unique features. It blocks ads automatically, so browsing the web is faster and less cluttered. With Brave, you also won't be tracked from site to site by advertisers, so your web browsing stays private. If you want even more privacy, Brave also allows you to open a private tab with Tor for truly anonymous browsing. Brave supports all of your favorite Chrome extensions, too. It's built on Chromium, the open-source project that powers Google Chrome, so Chrome extensions work right out of the box, without any connection to Google in the background. What makes Brave really unique, though, is Brave Rewards. You can opt into Brave Rewards to directly support publishers and content creators while you browse the web. And you can earn rewards by viewing private ads that aren't tracked. Brave Rewards will notify you of offers as you browse. When you click an offer, a full-page ad opens in a private tab. You get to enjoy clutter-free content while earning rewards from viewing private ads. In exchange for paying attention to these ads, Brave rewards you with its own Ethereum-based token called Basic Attention Token, or BAT. You can pass along your BAT to reward content creators, purchase premium subscriptions, and more. The more you browse with Brave, the more you earn, and support your favorite creators. Learn more at brave.com.
So they are asking, what is Brave? Well, the answer that I will choose is the one that says that it's a free, open source web browser built for privacy. Let's see. Yay, we just earned $1 in BAT. So let's hit next.
The Basic Attention Token is an Ethereum-based token that is designed to improve digital advertising on the web. It works with Brave, a new web browser built for privacy and a safer, faster internet experience. Basic Attention Token, or BAT, was created for consumers, publishers, and advertisers. Consumers get paid for viewing opt-in, private ads. Publishers get rewarded when consumers pay attention to their content, and advertisers get access to an audience that has opted in to seeing their ads. To use BAT, just download Brave and switch on an optional feature called Brave Rewards. If you opt in, you'll receive ads that don't compromise your privacy. Brave also blocks all the other ads that track you or can infect you with malware. When you consent to viewing ads on Brave, you earn BAT as compensation for your attention. Your favorite websites and content creators also get BAT as a reward for creating content you want to browse. 70% of the advertising revenue goes to you. That's a big change from today's ad ecosystem, where you are the product and receive nothing. Once you collect some BAT, you can donate it to the creators you love. For example, a favorite blogger, band, podcaster, or news site, allowing them to get paid more for their creative content. To make a donation, just tap the Basic Attention Token icon in the Brave address bar and select how much you want to send. That's it. In the future, the Brave team hopes to bring BAT beyond the web browser into chat apps, social tools, games, and more. In that way, Brave aims to build more than a better web. It intends to build a better, safer, and more equitable digital world. Learn more at brave.com.
So in this next question, they're asking, how does BAT works? So the answer that I think is the right one is the one that says that users get paid BAT for viewing opt-in ads, and publishers get rewarded when users pay attention to their content. Let's see. Yay, we just earned $1 in BAT. So let's hit next. So the next thing that you need to do is start using the Brave browser. So you have to download the Brave browser, and after you do that, You just have to hit the verify button, and then they will give you $7 of BAT. So that's really good. Then hit done, and let's go to the next lesson. So let's go to zcash now. Just hit that button, and you can just hit get started or the one that says earn 1 sec, any of those. And let's hit the first lesson, the one that says earn 1 sec.
Zcash is a cryptocurrency that was created in 2016 by cryptography experts who loved Bitcoin, but wanted the option to make transactions more private. So they took Bitcoin's open source code and enhanced it with a technology known as the zero-knowledge proof. The result was Zcash, a cryptocurrency with strong privacy features. But you might think, isn't Bitcoin private already? Why do we need Zcash? It's a common misconception that Bitcoin transactions are private. In fact, Bitcoin transactions are mostly public. Here's an example. Let's say we have two friends, Peggy and Victor, and Peggy wants to send Victor some Bitcoin. She asks Victor, "What's your Bitcoin address?" He shares it with her, and then she sends Bitcoin from her address to Victor's. The transaction is secure, but it's not private. That's because Peggy and Victor can look up each other's Bitcoin balances and past transactions simply by pasting each other's addresses into an online block explorer. With a couple clicks, they can see how much money the other person has. This means that Bitcoin is great for transparency, but it lacks fundamental privacy. That's why Zcash was created. If Peggy used Zcash instead of Bitcoin, she'd have options. If she wanted her transactions and balance to be transparent, like with Bitcoin, she could create a public Zcash transaction. But if she wanted more privacy, she could create a private Zcash transaction, which prevents anyone but Peggy herself from viewing her balance and transactions. No one else. This is what makes Zcash so powerful. It gives Peggy or Victor, or anyone using Zcash, the freedom to choose what to reveal about themselves. It was designed for privacy, but ultimately it offers choice. The cryptography experts who created Zcash believe this choice is a big step forward for economic freedom. Not just for Peggy and Victor, but for everyone.
Okay, so this next question is, what is Zcash? Zcash is a privacy protection cryptocurrency. Let's see. So yes, we were right. We just earned $1 of Zcash. Let's go to the next video.
There are a lot of ways to make a purchase these days, and they all have a different approach to privacy. First, there's cash. When you visit a grocery store and buy something with cash, you don't have to tell the cashier how much money you have in your wallet or what purchases you made last week. You simply exchange your cash for groceries and continue on your way. Cash is private. It doesn't tell anyone your name, your address, or how much money you have, but you can't transmit it digitally. So in today's networked world, what do? One solution is the credit card. It does a lot of things that cash cannot, including work online and across borders. But credit card transactions aren't private. Your name, address, purchase history, and balance info are stored by card issuers and merchants. So they know things like how much credit you have, what you buy, where you travel, and they can block your card too, leaving you without a source of funds. Which brings us to cryptocurrency. Crypto is open, global, and decentralized. Bitcoin is the most well-known, but it's not fully private. Bitcoin is a public blockchain, which means that financial transactions using Bitcoin are transparent. Everyone can see them. not just a payment processor or merchant, everyone. It's easy to look up the balance of any Bitcoin address, as well as all of its past transactions. Then came Zcash. A good analogy to compare Bitcoin and Zcash is HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP is the technology that lets you browse the web. When the web was young, hackers regularly captured sensitive financial information as it moved from computer to computer across the internet. That's because the original web protocol, HTTP, wasn't encrypted. This changed when businesses and financial regulators realized that encryption was necessary for financial privacy and consumer protection. They created a new standard, HTTPS, that appears in your web browser today. HTTPS is secure HTTP. It keeps your information private as it is transmitted over the internet. When it comes to privacy, Bitcoin is similar to HTTP. And Zcash is similar to HTTPS. Bitcoin's lack of privacy is why a team of expert cryptographers created Zcash. Zcash is a privacy-protecting cryptocurrency. It combines the privacy of cash with the global reach of crypto. When you use Zcash, no one can see your balance or past transactions unless you explicitly want them to see it. Zcash was created because the team behind it believes that financial privacy is a fundamental human right. Zcash keeps your financial information safe so it can't be sold, shared, or spied on. That's a big step forward from what we have today. And in many ways, it brings us back to the privacy we've always enjoyed with cash. But it's cash upgraded for a digital, networked global economy. It's Zcash.
So this next question is, why is financial privacy important? So I think the answer will be that it keeps your financial information safe so it cannot be sold, shared, or spied on. So let's hit next and see how we did. So yes, we just earned $1 of SEC. Let's hit next.
Zcash is a privacy-protecting cryptocurrency. It has two types of addresses: shielded addresses, which fully protect your financial privacy, and transparent addresses, which have balances and transaction histories that are viewable by everyone. Transparent addresses work just like Bitcoin. They're public. Shielded addresses, however, are private. They don't reveal balances or transaction histories. Zcash lets you decide what type of address you want to use. For example, if you're running a charity that values transparency, you might use a transparent address so other people can verify each transaction. On the other hand, if you're just doing some personal shopping, you might use a shielded address so your balance info and past purchases are kept private. So how do Zcash's shielded transactions actually work? Zcash's shielded transactions are enabled by a cryptographic breakthrough known as the zero-knowledge proof. The zero-knowledge proof allows anyone to prove they know something, without sharing what they know. For example, let's take two people, Peggy and Victor. Peggy sends Victor some Zcash, and both of them use a shielded address. Thanks to Zcash's implementation of zero-knowledge proofs, Peggy can pay Victor without either of them revealing their balances or prior payments. So Victor is happy because his info stays private and he knows for sure that he got paid. And Peggy is happy because her financial info remains private too. Zero-knowledge proofs make Zcash's privacy possible. They allow Zcash payments to be private without a bank or credit card company in the middle verifying every transaction. And ultimately, they make Zcash's vision of a decentralized, private, global currency a reality for everybody.
So this next question, it asks, how does Zcash privacy feature works? So the answer will be, it works through a cryptographic breakthrough known as zero-knowledge proof. So let's see how we did. Yay, we just earned $1 extra of SEC, Zcash. So we are done with Zcash. Let's go to 0x. Let's hit start and go to the first lesson.
Zero-X believes that all forms of value in the world will eventually be represented as tokens. Tokens are unique digital assets that you can own and store in a cryptocurrency wallet. Someday you may buy a house, and rather than a paper contract, your proof of ownership may be a token, securely stored on a public blockchain. Anything can be tokenized. Money, shares of stock, real estate, video game items. Basically, if you can own it, you can tokenize it. But why is that important? Tokens have many benefits. You can store them securely without trusting any third party to keep them safe. You can buy and sell them quickly, even internationally. But perhaps most importantly, they allow for the creation of global markets that don't currently exist. Let's look at an example. Alice owns a house and she wants to sell it. In the world of tokens, she's got two options. First, sell her home the traditional way by using intermediaries like lawyers, escrow agents, and title companies. This can be slow and expensive. Her second option would be to tokenize her house. When it's time to sell, Alice and the buyer can use a smart contract to securely swap ownership of the token for the sale price of the home. Alice gets cryptocurrency, and the buyer gets the token representing ownership of Alice's home. Cutting out intermediaries and trading assets peer-to-peer would make the sale simpler, faster, and less expensive. Alice may get a higher price for her house, too, since she can now sell her house on a global marketplace where millions of buyers can participate. To make their vision of a tokenized world come to life, Zero-X is building the open-source infrastructure that will enable frictionless, peer-to-peer exchange of tokens, ultimately creating a world that is more efficient, transparent, and equitable.
So for the next question, they are asking, what is Zero-X vision? So I think the answer will be to create a tokenized world through frictionless peer-to-peer exchange of tokens. So let's see how we did. So we just earned $1 of Zero-X. Let's hit next.
The Zero-X protocol is a new way to trade tokens and cryptocurrencies with other people. It's peer-to-peer, so you don't have to rely on an intermediary like a bank or a broker. All you need is a crypto wallet that supports Ethereum, like COINBASE Wallet or MetaMask. Let's look at an example of how Zero-X works. Say you want to trade an Ethereum token for another. If you know who you want to trade with, you can send them a Zero-X order via instant message or email. Then all they need to do is accept the trade and it will execute. Think of it like trading cards with a friend, except it's electronic and more secure. If you don't have anyone to trade with, you can visit a Zero-X relayer. Relayers are marketplaces that connect buyers and sellers. They're like digital bulletin boards where anyone can post a buy or sell order. Each order contains everything needed to make a transaction happen. After you find an order you like, you just confirm it with your crypto wallet and the Zero-X protocol securely completes the trade. That's how easy it is to trade cryptocurrency with Zero-X. Several relayers exist today, and the Zero-X team expects many more to appear over time. Any developer can create a relayer using Zero-X's open source software, and relayers can serve an endless number of different communities. For example, gamers might use a relayer to trade in-game items. Music fans might use a relayer to buy concert tickets. And businesses might use relayers to buy and sell file storage and processing power. These are just a few examples. There are countless more. Just as the internet enabled millions of unique websites, Zero-X hopes to enable millions of unique global marketplaces. And that could make the global economy more efficient for everyone.
So for this next question, they are asking, what is the Zero-X protocol? So I think the answer, it will be a new way to trade tokens and cryptocurrencies with other people. So let's see how we did. Yes, we just earned $1 of 0x. So let's hit next.
The 0x protocol is a new way to trade tokens and cryptocurrencies with other people. It's an open source project built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. Because it's open source, that means the 0x protocol changes frequently. Almost every day, Ethereum adds new features and developers write new code for 0x. So how does 0x evolve without breaking the projects that use it today? That's where the ZRX token comes in. ZRX is a token built on Ethereum that interacts with the 0x protocol. Today, ZRX is used to pay fees to 0x relayers. When you make a trade through a 0x relayer, you pay them a small amount of ZRX. In the future, however, the 0x team plans to use ZRX for an additional purpose. They plan to give people who hold ZRX tokens complete control over how the 0x protocol changes over time. By allowing 0x to adopt upgrades without downtime or disruption to markets, relayers and 0x users always have access to the latest technology. This allows the 0x protocol to evolve publicly over time, guided by a global community of people who are incentivized to improve existing projects while remaining focused on 0x's future.
So for this next question, they are asking, what is the 0x token used for? Or ZRX? So the answer, I think it will be that it can be used to pay relayer fees and participate in protocol upgrades in the next future. So let's hit next and see how we did. So that's it, we just earned the last dollar of ZRX. So let's hit done and we're done for now.
Well guys, I know this video has been kind of long, but I hope I have covered every part of these tasks so it can be easier to you to do it. If you like this video and want to try it out, click the link below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if it was helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave the comments down below. Thanks for being here and watching. See you next time.